Scorpio, welcome to your Intimate Tarot reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. For those of you who are new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read Intimate Tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined in the description box, yeah? As a heads up, if you are someone who is uncomfortable with the topics of sexual energy, sexual exploration, sexual identification, I want you to feel free to go ahead and pass this message up. No big deal. No offense taken. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. There you go. I don't want you to watch anything that could come into conflict with your beliefs and your values, etc., because then you will literally gain nothing from this message, and it defeats the whole purpose of tarot. Personally, the reason why I choose to explore the sexual energy is because sexual energy resides within us as individuals, thus it has the chance to affect our output in relationships. That's it. It is but one more thread to look at in regards to ourselves and the people we connect with and why. And I operate from that philosophy of the more you know. That's it. There you go. Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir. It's like, Christina, why are you telling Scorpio this? I know. We're not exactly shy around the subject. I know. I know. But yet, nevertheless, yes, it is true. There are some sexually sensitive Scorpios out there. I know it seems hard to believe, but they do exist. And if that's you, I acknowledge you. I see you. There you go. No problem. But yeah, I do feel the obligation to put that out there first. But it is important, and sexual tarot is a cornerstone, proudly so, of this channel. I rotate it about every 3 months or so, and since we've had quite the growth spurt, yeah, I got to put the announcement out there first. What's going on? Show me what I need to see, please, for that Scorpio sexual energy. Show me that Scorpio sexual energy. We're going to take a look at the next several months. Show me what I need to see, please, for that Scorpio sexual energy. Okay. Show me that Scorpio sexual energy, please. What is going on for Scorpio and their sexuality? What's going on? We're going to start with the recent past. I don't want to stay there too long, but it can be helpful to look at. The Empress. Lovely. Lovely. Can't go wrong with that. The Magician. We like it. We love it. We want more of it. Thank you. Challenge. 7 of Pentacles. Slow. Fair. Sure. Let's slow it down. It's slow. We're pulling something in and we're feeling a little impatient. It's looking like your sexual energy is really peaking at this time. We'll get to that. Is there anyone surrounding? Could be. Knight of Cups. Incoming. Possibly. Someone we know. I don't know. Their energy towards you. 4 of Pentacles. They're holding on. Oh dear. Okay. Or they're being reserved with their sexual energy towards you at this time. Can't quite tell where we're at just yet, but we will clarify. The next several months. The World. Ace of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. It's interesting that you're showing me the World. There is something here in regards to your sexual energy that suggests you want to open or you want to close. It could be something specific or something terribly, terribly vague. I do know that you want to enter into a space of something that is love, desirable, and fruitful, but you still want to maintain your independence, 9 of Pentacles. You have a very strong sense of who you are, and you don't apologize for it, nor should you. You are telling me that you have a very healthy sexual energy. Very good. That you are very comfortable expressing it. So the Empress in Tarot, highly productive, but also the one that is most comfortable with her body or his. Does not have to be female. But this is someone who is very comfortable with their body. They know what they are like physically, what their attributes are like, what pleases them. They know how to please others, and it tends to be unconditional. You know, so again, I'm looking at a very sexually comfortable and very sexually competent Scorpio. Are we surprised? But no, there is something in here that says, yeah, all that, Christina, all that, but I want to tweak something. I wonder what that is. Your current sexual energy says, I'm manifesting, I'm pulling in, challenging you, time. 7 of Pentacles, something is slowly developing. Okay. It's looking like you have a lot to offer. This obviously goes well beyond sexual energy at this point. I will go ahead and point that out. But it's taken a while for something to come in. Now, there is someone here. They're trying to present their energy towards you. However, they're showing me hesitation, reservation, conservation. They might have a very different speed than you because you're like, honey, I'm ripe for the pickings. So I'm very curious about that world. Ace of Cups. You do want, of course, your sexual energy to come from a place from the heart. We are emotional investors. We often associate and rarely disentangle the concepts of sex, emotion, and spirituality. For us, that is our version of all in one basket. Okay, that's why we can be so very, very intense, and often it's joked that Scorpio mates for life. Yes. We often do, and that's our version. Okay, I often talk about the pentacle energy. It tends to be all in one for earth signs. With us, it's the cup. It's all in one for us in regards to our sexuality, our emotionality, and our spirituality. It's really hard for us to disentangle those concepts, and we typically don't, which is why we very rarely go into kind of loosely defined relationships or that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's not that we don't, we just often choose not to. Again, we tend to be all or nothing types. If you want the best of me, that means all of me, you know? And then the Nine of Pentacles, you're still showing me a strong sense of individuation, and I know myself very good. Your strengths, Two of Pentacles, willing to go back and forth, overthink things a little bit possibly here. That's very curious. You're willing to wait maybe. I'm not saying you're necessarily willing to wait for someone specifically, but in that general sense, well, if it's not right, then it's not right. Okay. It's like I have a lot to offer. That doesn't mean I'm just trying to put it out there. Some of you are very, very, dare I say the word, picky. Who ever heard of a picky Scorpio? I prefer the word selective. I think that gets a little bit more to the point. There you go. Yes, some of you consider it a strength to have very high standards, selective, okay, picky. You're not just choosing for the sake of choosing. I know you have a lot to offer, and you're getting impatient by, I want to share this with somebody, but it's taken a minute. And also part of that is me, you're saying. I don't want to just give that away to anyone. I've got a lot. Do you see what I'm working with here? I have a lot. I'm being selective. I'm taking my time. I'm going back and forth on this. Okay. It's like I'm waiting for the right one. Eight of Cups is in the obstacles. Some of you do not feel that someone's hitting your heart just right. Eight of Cups, like that's a big thing for us. If we cannot get emotionally attached to someone, that's it. And as far as I can tell, you're still choosing to be single at this time. You have some options in the air. Okay, you haven't landed on any particular one, and that's adding to your frustration element of how long this is taking. And that Eight of Cups is like, I'm still not feeling emotionally attached to anyone. Not yet. You seem to think that that's a big issue here. You want your heart space to be involved. Okay, it's not just your sex. You want your heart involved. Okay, with your next partner, your next mate. Okay. The outcome, the Hanged Man, doesn't look like anything's generating too soon. We will clarify, but it's kind of like Scorpio saying, I would rather wait. I would rather wait for the right one. I have a lot to offer, and I know that I'm being cautious. It's looking like you're not going to generate or open a cycle until you absolutely know your conditions are being met, particularly where your emotions are concerned. Okay, I don't want to just share the best of what I have to offer if my cup is not full. And you're kind of literally telling me, Christine, I can wait. Yes, we can. As we should. It does not behoove us, generally the water signs, in that respect, to just jump cups or jump heart spaces. We're not very good at it, nor should we. Being emotional investors, that's going to be our catch-22. Because we can feel and fall in love so deeply with somebody that we can be loyal to them even when we shouldn't be. So if we can prevent that, we just won't emotionally invest in someone. We will remain distant. We will remain cut off if someone does not show a stronger sense of emotional promise. And if it can save us a lot of frustration if we don't attach to someone who is also too conservative, too slow, they're not fast to demonstrate their quality, their emotional value, you name it. Okay, because I do have someone here, but they're also telling me, even though they have feeling for you, they don't demonstrate it or show it very well. Very conservative with their emotional, likely their sexual energy as well. And if that's who they are, then that's who they are. But it's not giving you much to work with in terms of attachment to this person, not that I can see. And you want something so much bigger. So, Whatever I see from this point forward, it's looking like your future is I'm opting out for anything that does not meet the qualifications of the best, whatever that means to you. There is someone here who is trying to present some sort of energy towards you, but it's not affecting you in a way that you seem to be able to take it seriously. Crosswatchers, don't be offended. Take what resonates, leave it, does not reverse energies as it applies. I read the cards. Scorpio is packing a lot of energy. Someone else is surrounding them, says, I got something, but I'm not really demonstrating or speaking towards it. What Scorpio is supposed to do that? You know, with that, we're emotional attachers. We're emotional investors. We got a big damn cup and we got to fill it, right? Let's talk about it. The Empress. Of course, I'm not saying you're perfect. Nobody's perfect. There's no such thing. But your energy is telling me that it's ripe. It's very full. It knows itself. It's highly sensual. It's highly sexual. You're gorgeous and you're glowing, and you're saying, I don't want to give that to just anyone. Again, nor should you. You're literally telling me until that cup is full, I would rather be on my own. So yeah, you're irritated that it's taken a long time for someone to come in and meet those qualifications, but you're also telling me that's what I'm going to default to anyway, though. It's going to take the time it takes. So you're showing me a great deal of patience. Your obstacles, Eight of Cups, I have not been able to emotionally invest in anyone. Is this not hitting my cup right? The Hanged Man. I'd rather just wait. I'd rather just wait. Show me this Empress, please. Of course you will recognize Big Red. This is the Tarot deck of Sexual Magic, respectively. Show me the Empress, please. 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 Ace of Wands, baby, you got the goods. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Shit. That's beautiful. You really do know yourself, don't you? You're quite a sensual Scorpio. Sexuality and sensuality are not the same thing. You're telling me you're both. Well done. No, you are. That's gorgeous. Honey, you got the goods. You got the fire in you. You want the Ace of Wands. You want the experience. You want to be turned on. You got the passion, and it burns brightly. Queen of Pentacles, you're telling me you know how to take care of yourself. You're also telling me you're quite good on your own. Nine of Pentacles, twice. It's like, oh, I've got a lot. My energy is full to the brim of potential love, worthiness, value. You're a high value Scorpio. You're not just trying to have some fuck around energy. So yeah, automatically this is going to tell me everything else. I pretty much called it on the baseline, and so did your energy. I'm not going to just give that out to anyone. I got it in me. Ace of Wands. I have the passion. I know you have the passion. The King, Queen of Pentacles are the highest form of sensuality next to the Empress in sexual tarot. Highly sensual, highly comfortable with yourself, your body. You put a lot of work into it. You put a lot of work in your sense of, this is who I am and I don't apologize for it. I am sensual, I am sexual, but I'm also in control. The Emperor and Empress in sexual energy says, I have a lot, but I also know how to control it. You've got deep passion in you. You have a deep sense of longing in you. You have a deep sense of pride and establishment in you. And your sensuality and your sexuality is through the roof. So yeah, that's why you're being selective. I'm not saying it's arrogant, I'm saying it's energy well earned. You don't get this because you're born into it, you earned it. That's not random and that's not happenstance. Again, you're not perfect, and I'm not suggesting that you are. No one is. It's not possible. And if I ever met a so-called perfect person, I don't know, I'd probably slap them, because it's just not true. And think about it, would you ever want to meet a so-called perfect person? How boring. How utterly boring. No. True love is understanding that someone has faults. You love them for it. Not because of it, but it's part of who they are, you know? No. That's well-earned energy. Very strong sense of standing on your own. It's very impressive. Do you see it? Where you're coming from as the Empress. Some of you, highly maternal, aside from that, as sexual energy and competence. Ace of Wands, there's that Nine of Pentacles energy again. Independent. I know exactly what I can do. I know what my worth is. I know what my value is. And I don't apologize for being me, nor should you. You are highly, highly sensual. Deeply sensual and deeply sexual. You know what your worth is, inside and out, beyond your sexuality, of course. Always know your worth, always know your value. Never work for free, never let anyone have that energy for free. They need to pony up of equal value, right? And you are pulling in from the universe, the Magician, but it's taken a minute, Seven of Pentacles, to bring someone in of that equal caliber. Okay. This reminds me, given this gorgeous energy, I do... had a very snarky, cynical comment the other day, and I get it all the time, not just for Scorpio. Any collective that's doing well. Any collective that's doing well, I get comments, or any collective that's not doing well, I get comments too. But you've had some really good readings these past several weeks. Very good readings. And you got some cross-watchers that really want the worst for you, so they don't stop watching you. Taurus has their fair share, as well as Gemini. And they said, oh, it must be nice. What a coincidence. The Scorpio collective has been doing great. I'll tell you what, it is nice. Absolutely. You know what's nice? When any collective decides to make change. Thus it shows in the energy. Thus it shows in the output. So yeah, actually it is nice. Very. I wish all the collectives do it at some point. And that cynical person, by the way, is not thinking about all the hard messages you've had for months. How twisted up sometimes your energy gets. How depressed, how sad, how mournful it gets. Confused you can get because you've emotionally attached to someone that you can't let go of, but you know you should. That's what I typically see for you. So the fact that Scorpio has been doing so well these past several weeks, that tells me how many of you have made active changes to change yourself, your energy, thus your output. If you really want to heal, you will attract healing. If you really want to make changes, you make changes. If you really want more for yourself, then you go out there and you do it. You don't sit there and watch tarot and scream at me why you don't have or can't do those things. So when I say I'm very proud of us as a collective, that's exactly what that means. Eventually I'll tune back into the Scorpio who's having troubles. Can't find their emotional footing. Still attached to the wrong person and can't get over them. I'll tune into that eventually. But for now, let us rejoice in our advances. For now, let us rejoice in the fact that our collective is showing such advanced strides because they were willing to change. But no, you're not perfect, and I'm going to show it to you. I'll prove it. Good tarot reflects both the good stuff as well as the hard stuff, the real stuff, the human stuff. So I'm the Magician, but for now, take this with you. This is your goal, this is your baseline. And if this is what you are worth, then this is what you receive. No more, no less. All right? In fact, you can stop here and keep going about your business. If you already know who this person is and they don't have much to pull your cup forward for you to invest in, then you already know the ending. Bye. The High Priestess, and Ten of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. You strongly suspect, and this is what I'm telling you right now, we still have work to do. This is what it is to be human. The Magician part of you, okay, the manifester, the one who can pull things in, the one who can make things happen. Your intuition is telling you one of the reasons why, okay, it's taking so long to find someone of your equal measure is because there is still some part of you that has pain in it, and you know this. So you're not manifesting at full speed. You are not manifesting at full capacity. You are trying to pull in from the universe, but a part of you pulls it back, it dials it back, and that's one of the things that's contributing to the time factor here. And that's one of the reasons why you're being so selective and why your standards are so high. There is a part of you, and you know this with the High Priestess, your intuition is telling you, Scorpio, there's still some pain in here. You've come a long way, but you still have some work to do. And it's one of the things that is literally contributing to the time frame of this. So that's why you're showing yourself patience, and that's why you're showing me a certain speed about what it is that you're willing to accept. Okay, a part of you does not want to be hurt again. Parts of you are still very, very scared of this, especially now that the stakes for you are so high. The cons of having such high stake energy, and it is high stake energy, is that you have so much more to lose if you choose wrong, right? A partner. So while you want to pull someone in of that magnificence and share that with them, a part of you hesitates, and it's contributing to your time factor. The timeline is really spread out for you. I typically don't see such a slow-moving Scorpio. And that's because you still have work to do. A part of you still fears pain or potentially being hurt, especially now that you have so much to lose. I wouldn't think of it as a loss. If you are truly this well prepared, energetically speaking, then that means you're able to cut off the bullshit more quickly before it begins. You understand? So I want you to think of it that way. It's not about you getting hurt again. You now have a stronger ability to cut off nonsense before it begins. Okay? So I want you to stop showing me so much fear when intuitively you know you're ready. It's not about, will they hurt me? No, don't give somebody else the power to hurt you if you know they're not up to snuff or they're not up to scratch. You understand? You see the difference there in thinking? It's the thinking between, I could potentially be a victim, or I will never let somebody with that kind of low-level energy ever affect me again, because I can see it coming. Look at how prepared you are. Which makes me strongly suspect you don't know how prepared you are. This might still be a very new feeling for you. All that strength, all that beautiful sense of self, all that wonderful sense of self-value and direction. This might still be a relatively new feeling for you. You're still flying solo and you're very comfortable there, right? So yes, that fear of potentially being hurt, of entering anything new, it's what's slowing the whole thing down, including your, but that's all right. I just want you to know you have more power than you understand. All right? And it's really simple, honey. You either meet someone of your caliber or you don't. Someone can either contribute that level of energy and also the 3D real world, or they can't. That's it. That's it. That's it. Someone can either meet you where you are and give where you are, or they can't. And then you cut it off if they can't. And if they do, you explore it. Okay? If they can, then you explore it. That's it. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please. In the challenge position. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please, in the challenge position. King of Swords, the World, Four of Cups. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Good job. Good job. It's on your mind. You've thought about that too. That very thing I just got done discussing. You will cut stuff off that is negative or unfruitful before it has a chance to begin. That's it. You will cycle out something before it even has a chance to start if it immediately meets with a sense of low-level detachment. If it leaves you at the very beginning stages a sense of lack or want, it starts to disappoint you sooner rather than later, it's unfulfilling, then you will cycle it out very quickly. That's the way it should be. You're still learning that. Okay, that's one of the things that is contributing to the time frame here. Okay? But you are learning, okay, to kind of cut things that are low level off before they have a chance to thrive and pull you into a space of disappointment and pain. You seem to know this, but I don't think you fully developed the principle yet. Like, you're thinking about it, like that might be how I handle these things from now on, but you haven't really applied the knowledge yet. You've been applying a lot of power principles to yourself, and you're just now kind of getting into that space of how can I apply it to future or potential relationships, sexual, emotional, all of them, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I've been discussing, and it's like, here's what I've been feeling. Here's what I've been trying to do. I have not been successful at it. Why? Because I still have fear in me. Why? Because I have a lot to lose. I've worked hard to build myself up. Okay, so what do we do about it? Don't just tell me your problems, tell me the solution too, right? And you're coming up with a solution. Okay, how do I cut stuff off that are negative before it has a chance to take root and become something stupid, toxic, or unworthy of my time? Unworthy energy tends to present itself sooner rather than later. It's just the only reason we often play into it is because we refuse to see it for what it is. Because we can get a very strong attachment sooner than we meant to. Or something. Rose-tinted glasses when it comes to someone else. Seeing their best and not their worst. And then we'll string something out with somebody for years before we finally catch on to what's really going on. You want to cut that off, right? You got a lot kicking around in your head, honey, but it's something you do need to think about. I agree. Okay, and then Scorpius is like, I just want to know about my sexual energy. Honey, your sexual energy is ready to rock. It's ready to rock. It would like to rock on somebody. You're very competent. Very competent, Scorpio. Your sexual magnetism is peaking right now. All of them are a reason why you need to be cautious. You know, honey, if you wanted to go out and have a fling, you know, you could do that. Easy peasy. That's not what you're trying to do. Show me this Knight of Cups, please. Who is this person surrounding Scorpio? They could be part of this decision-making, this process, this person who is representing a certain kind of slow speed, and very conservative emotional and or sexual expression towards you. Show me this Knight of Cups, please. Show me this person as Knight of Cups. Show me this person's Knight of Cups, please. Hanged Man, Eight of Swords, they're doing nothing. I got somebody surrounding you that says they love you. I don't think they actually say I love you. They have the energy of I love you towards you, but they don't say it. I don't think they ever have, to be honest. This person's energy is not completely exited your life, but it's also non-active. It's not participating at all. They do nothing. I don't know why I'm saying them. They literally, their energy says, I do nothing. I'm highly, highly conflicted about Scorpio. I have feeling. They don't say it, they don't speak to it, and they don't try to look at it. They don't want to acknowledge it within them. They've never acknowledged it towards you. I don't know why I'm saying them. I don't know why I'm saying them. They are still in your energetic sphere. And they might be one of the people, one of many people that have come across your path as the King of Swords, the World, and the Four of Cups. It's too low level. It's too small. They won't emotionally harmonize. They won't get on the same page with me. They won't speak up. It's out. I have every reason to believe this is one of those people where you went, it's out. They won't speak up. They got feelings. They don't share them. I don't know. I'm confused. So are they. This person is all up in their headspace, and they refuse to acknowledge their feelings towards you. They have for you at all. It's an active denial of knowledge. I'm not trying to think about it. I'm not trying to look at it, and I'm not trying to participate. Hanged Man. They don't like looking at their feelings for you, so you don't even know how this person feels. So I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is that they might be one of the last examples you had where you had to world somebody because it was proving down here way too low, too slow, too low. So you cycled that out. That's the only reason I can think of I'm saying this. Otherwise, the only thing that really keeps you from manifesting something stronger is your own fear of being hurt. So you're learning. Take that with you. I want you to learn. Cut things off before they have a chance to grow into something negative or bad. Right? And this person cannot speak up. They get caught up in their headspace. 8 of Swords. They overthink shit. 8 of Swords. 9 of Wands. And they repetitively do this over and over. They don't speak either. They resist that. The Knight of Cups is our emotional expression. These are the things that I feel for you. This is my romantic self. This is my vulnerable self. Hanged Man. They don't say none of that shit. They actively do not want to look at their feelings towards you. So I don't know why I'm saying them unless this is the last person that was kind of subject to your, well, this is what we're going to do with that. In which case I don't blame you. You don't, again, it runs contrary to your principle. This is what I have to offer. You're offering me a bunch of nothing. You don't speak up for your feelings. The thing is, honey, they don't even know what their feelings are. Why would you? Again, we're not on the same page. That's what you told them. That's what you told yourself. I don't know. We're not on the same page. 4 of Cups. We're not on the same page. And I have too much to offer to linger in this space with you that says, I don't know. Correct. 100%. 4 of Pentacles, their sexual energy towards you is conservative, aside from their emotions, that they don't speak. They didn't really demonstrate their physical value towards you either. The Wheel of Fortune. They had this idea that they would just kind of keep balancing with you. They're reflecting on you as being that Empress energy. So they know that you are worth a great deal. They know that you are sexually magnetic. They know that you have a lot to offer. And they just kind of had this feeling that it was some contribution to the physical energy, but it was bare minimum. Bare minimum. The energy that they were giving you was highly conservative. It wouldn't speak up and it wouldn't demonstrate itself. Now their energy, I will give them this, they saw you correctly as the Empress. They knew what your worth was, sexually and otherwise. That's beautiful, independent, I know what I'm doing, thank you, energy that you were showing me. You're full of life, stability. You have beautiful, well-composed energy that says, this is me. And I like being me. I'm actually pretty damn good at being me. So they see that. But over time, this person's energy towards you, their actual real-world efforts had no change. They are, upon that opening, if you will recall, the opposite of what you were doing. This is somebody who refuses to make change. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to look at their feelings, own them. They overthink them, put them on a shelf. I don't want to think about it. It makes me uncomfortable. And then they backed it up with their actions. Their actions say bare minimum effort. And it kind of kept going in this way with you for a long time. Nothing changed. 4 of Pentacles to a 6 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. The only thing they got correct in this scenario is the interpretation of who you are. They didn't either have as much to offer, I'm guessing. So it's like they talk themselves out of their feelings and they resist any real-world building with you, sexually and otherwise. It was bare minimum, balanced. I don't see them offering as much as you have to offer. So they resisted the emotions, never mind the connectivity. And it's kind of like they, some reason, foolishly expected it to stay this way forever. The Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Pentacles, they really did not expect this dynamic to change. They themselves refused to change. So, of course, what they want is going to be a reflection of their view. That's emotionally conservative, mentally unfocused. Person has no mental focus. They don't have emotional focus. They don't have mental focus. In other words, unlike you, where you can be very direct with your feelings, this person is like, I don't know what the fuck I'm feeling and I'm not trying to find out. It's too confusing and it scares me. But I want something. And that little bit of something was supposed to happen forever in this person's point of view. Sexually conservative, emotionally conservative. I don't know what you were supposed to do with that. You did. At the end of the day, I'm going to cycle that one out. Show me this world, please. Show me the world, please. Show me the world, please. Show me the world, please. I don't know what you got from this, really. You engaged with this person to some extent, but I can't quite see the hook of it. I can't see the hook of it. They gave you nothing, no emotional appeal, and there's barely any sex appeal, at least from this person's point of view. I mean, they didn't give you much to see them from that point of view, so I can't see what they look like through your eyes. And the fact that this was just another example of disappointment, and I had to world it. I had to cycle it. So I don't know what the hook was, honey. I don't know what the appeal was, but you do. I'm not trying to dismiss this person. It's just you saw something in them. You saw something in them long enough to stay in that game. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we're about to see. King of Pentacles in that world, the Hierophant, heavy Taurus energy, Seven of Wands. Now I see what you saw. I was just about to say. They represent one of the cycles you had, and one of the more recent decisions, I'm guessing, about cycling out low-level connectivity. This is what they presented to you. Who they are is much bigger on the inside, and that's what you were fighting for. They have some beautiful energy in them, too. They are as essential as you are. They are as practical as you are. They have a lot to offer. They don't see it that way. They literally blocked the best aspects of themselves when it came to you. Who they are as a person is amplified so much more spiritually, and in the real world, what they presented to you was not much. They literally blocked the best parts of themselves. And that's probably why you hung in there. Oh, but we have this talk every now and again, Scorpio, don't we? So here's the gig. Here's the world. You worlded, cycled a Four Cups. This is just one more disappointment, and it's too low level. It's too low functioning. I gotta let it go. This is what you received, and I was confused by it. Because this is where you're operating from. This is what you were getting. It doesn't match, not even by far. Emotionally, sexually, or otherwise, it was not demonstrated at all. It was bare minimum effort over somebody who has a bunch of sound and fury in their head where their heart should be. Here's where they really are. They literally, the best of them, the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, they blocked it. They did not give you their best, and they have their best. And this is where we get into our little talk sometimes, don't we, Scorpio? Being suckers for potential. Oh, we do love potential, don't we? It is our Achilles heel. Oh, we love potential. We do. We love it. A little intuition kicks off and says, I know there's something deep in that person, and I'm going to fucking pull it out. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to pull it out. I know it. They've got a lot in there that's deep. Oh, we do love to dive deep, don't we? That's why we get hooked on potential. Suckers for it. I can feel something in you that's deep. I can pull it out of you. I know I can. I know I can. And that's when you begin to emotionally invest, whether you know it or not, which is why this is a very critical skill for you to learn back here. Cut shit off when it starts to prove itself early on as a disappointment, and someone who cannot emotionally invest correctly and someone who cannot physically invest correctly. You need to cut it off before it starts. Because you're telling me this is the last person you fell for. Big spiritual energy on the inside. Big sense of self and magnetism, sensuality and sexuality in this person. The execution is shit. What they really have to offer, they block. Literally the best of this person they would not allow themselves to come out. The Hierophant has to make that decision. He has to give himself permission to open up and demonstrate the best. This person has a great deal of value. They didn't show it to you. The best of themselves wouldn't show it to you. And you can't make someone. You felt it. And they are the last representation of that world. Now, I hate the vague stuff, honey, and I apologize. I do hate the vague shit. This could have been some sort of relationship where a commitment existed. I can't quite tell how you two are entangled, and I'll tell you why. The output from this person is so small compared to what you can offer. Okay, so in the 3D, how it actually looked, I know it was minuscule, and it wasn't satisfying, emotionally or sexually. Neither of those components is here. And yet, for some reason, time passes over this situation, and this person literally expected it to stay this way. I don't know why. At some point, you cycled them out and said, this is too disappointing, it's too low level. There's nothing here for me to stay. Look at how much I have to offer. We don't match. We just don't fucking match, Scorpio saying. We don't match. I had to learn that at some time. We don't match. I got a lot to offer. They don't, can't, or won't. Pick one. They can't, they don't, or they won't. You don't know their reasons. They don't talk. They don't talk about their feelings or their thoughts. And then you're showing me, or they're showing me, upper level energy that says, I actually know who I am. I'm as badass as you are, Scorpio. I'm as spiritually inclined as you are. I'm as sexually and sensually competent as you are. I have as much a strong mind and will as you do. I believe that. I think this is the real them, and they didn't allow you to see it. What you saw was a low-level version of them. And there we get that gap between somebody's potential and actually trying to get them to live up towards it, which is not your job. I know, honey, I know. It's that intuition thing. It drives us fucking crazy. We can feel that kind of connectivity with somebody on such a deep level, in such a deep way, to such a deep degree, right? But you can't live on potential. You live on proof. I know this person has that in them, but they didn't give you this proof. They gave you that proof. You understand? So you take that model with you for potential future relationships, because there will be one for you one day. With that, eventually, you're going to realize how much power you have, and how much you give it away is going to cause and affect healthy versus unhealthy relationships. You're going to figure that shit out, and eventually you're going to find someone again who can either give you the full proof of who they are or a very shallow version of it. And you got a very shallow version of this person's true energy. It was a shadow of who they are. They're saying this, the best of me is not for you. So believe them. This is what you got. That's who they are. I see you cycled them out, and here's why. They blocked the best of themselves to begin with. You never got the full version or the full blast of this person's energy, sexually, spiritually, or emotionally. And for some reason, they didn't expect it to change. Despite the quality you're putting off, and they could see it for the damn selves. So I don't know what they were thinking. They weren't actually, you know what? Actually, I know exactly what they weren't thinking. They weren't thinking about that at all. They didn't want to. It was too inconvenient. In order to understand the consequences of this person's actions, they would have had to have acknowledged their feelings to begin with, because if this person knew they had feelings for you, they would have made sure they wouldn't have fucking lost you. You understand? So that comes from somebody who's healthy. It says, I have feelings and I recognize it, and I got to do something about it. It's like they wanted to lose you, but not give you anything of themselves. It's like they wanted to lose you. So keep that in mind. If somebody wants to keep you, they give you the best of themselves, not their most shallow, unproductive version of it. Somebody wants to keep you, they fucking know their feelings. If somebody wants to keep you, they give you more to work with than a 4 and 6 of Pentacles. They don't give you some blocked version of their higher self. So don't fall for potential. Fall for proof. Every now and again we have to have this little talk. Scorpio is all the zodiac signs is the most prone to this. It is our catch-22. It's the price we pay for being deep feelers and intuitive. We feel somebody else's deep waters too. And we want to pull it out. It's not your job. Fall for proof, not potential. Told you Scorpio is not perfect. Keep this energy. Now, I know. I'm sorry, honey. I gotta get on the soapbox with us. We are so damn hard-headed. You know, everybody gives Taurus shit. Yeah, I gave them a little lecture in their last video too. But it was the oppositional one. It's like they know. They already know. Taurus already knows. Everybody gives Taurus shit. You're too slow. You're too complicated. You don't know how to make up your fucking mind. You drag your feet. You miss out. You won't change. They know that. They know that. That's the price they pay for being fixed earth. But they're also dedicated. They're also loyal. They're also very hard workers. You know, when they contract to something, they contract to it, be it for good or bad, whether it hurts them or not. The power of being Taurus has a high price. The power of being Scorpio has an equally high price. You love big love. You love deeply. You feel things you wish you couldn't when you look at someone else, and they have no fucking clue. And thus we invest in the wrong people, again, for our good or our own bad. We do it, and we get caught up in it. So when I'm telling you, you need to learn this skill about cutting things off before they prove unproductive, unfruitful, and unequal. Sooner rather than later, that's exactly what I mean, because the stakes for you, honey, are really fucking high. You know, they have that fear of missing out because they know they're too slow sometimes to make change. They're afraid of it. So they know, they have that instinct in there, I'm going to miss out, I'm going to miss out. Yeah, if you refuse to make change, you will miss out. Just like Scorpio, if you refuse to change your heart and stop attaching yourself to the wrong people, you'll miss out on other people who are actually a good fit for you and your heart. You see what I'm saying? Leo has a version of this. Aquarius has a version of this. All the fixed signs do, really. All signs have pros and cons. I'm emphasizing this, honey, because this person was the latest example. They're the latest example of a skill you need to learn sooner rather than later, because with that kind of energy, you're going to pull someone in. And I want it to be the right one. Fall for proof, not potential. This person's got massive potential, but they don't give you that. They don't give you the proof of it. You know that kid, right? That kid, when you were a kid, there was always that kid, right, that says, I can do that, but I don't want to. In other words, you feel that you can, but you can't back it up. This person's kind of like that. I can do that. I have all this going on for me, but I'm not gonna. Not for you. I believe they are as strongly equipped as you are, but they couldn't show that to you or demonstrate it to you. They wanted you to believe it, but they couldn't show it or demonstrate it. Show me that Ace of Cups, please. Ace of Cups for Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, Scorpio, you, death. Couple of thoughts here. You will, one of the first translations, and obviously the most easiest one by far, is just for me to tell you, you might be meeting someone new in love. That is literally a Scorpio, and a relationship will begin quickly. That is for some of you. Okay, that's the most easiest and obvious translation. If that's the case, we'll do a time check, and it's looking like it'll be over the next couple of months. Again, someone who kind of resonates in your heart space as an equal, literally your equal here. Okay, that's for some of you. For others of you, you're telling me, and this is probably for the vast majority of you, you're telling me you are interested in new love, but you're not developing a relationship, not with this person or anyone else at this time, that you are keeping your heart space open towards you. Okay, that you are not interested in a relationship, not with this person or anyone who does not meet the qualifications. You keep pointing out to me, Ace of Cups, Christina, Ace of Cups, my heart has to come first, my heart has to come first. I will not build a relationship with anyone that doesn't meet the qualifications of my heart space. why you're being so cautious and why you're being so picky and selective and that kind of thing. It's like my heart has to come first, right? I agree. Anything else, please, about that? That was terribly interesting, though, to get that double. So again, some of you could be actually developing a relationship with the fellow Scorpio soon. And it is under the guise of new love. And it could literally be Scorps. Okay? But I think for the vast majority of you, you're putting your heart forward, not a relationship. Okay? Not yet. Okay? The heart has to come first, a relationship, and building it later. Six of Wands, Page of Wands, Two of Swords. Okay, yeah, there's some confusion here about the confidence, putting more energy into the confidence. Okay, being sure and clear about your energy. Is your heart space confident? That's what you're asking. That's what you're telling me. I don't know that my heart space is confident, so I'm not building relationships right now. I need to know that my heart space is seen to first. Okay, I understand. Nine of Pentacles. So, single you shall be until you feel you're more capable of sharing this energy with somebody who can give it back to you. Yes? Show me. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. 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 It's funny how relationships look in people's eyes, you know. Some people would rather have this than nothing at all. The Scorpio I'm looking at says I'd rather be alone than have this because you've already done it and you have the comparison. It didn't work for you. That's it. The Hermit, you're still showing me you need to heal. Okay, you need to heal from this situation. And then also that side of you that is terribly, terribly practical. It says I'm okay here. I'm not ready to invest my cups. I'm just not. I need to focus on my best heart space, my best intention. And if love comes in, it needs to be in the form of true love before I relationship build with anybody. You're saying you just won't invest in a relationship until you know your heart is invested in first. That's your conclusion. That's your decision. And I understand that. I do. I do. You need to see somebody's emotions first. The Scorpio says, I need to see this person's emotions first, their sincerity first. Because whatever it is you were coming from, this person, the last thing they did was speak towards their feelings. Not with themselves, never mind towards you. They actively suspended it, rejected it, denied it. And of course, that also showed in their physical actions too. But you're telling me you still have to heal? That your heart space, you'd rather just be Eight of Cups right now. You're not in a place to emotionally invest in someone because you kind of want to see their heart space first. You want to get it back to you in full measure or equal measure, something like that. But you keep telling me the heart has to come first. The heart has to come first. I will not invest or build a relationship until I know the heart has come first. Okay? But yeah, you're showing me massive amounts of healing, level-headedness, okay, that your sexual energy is still on point, but it's coming from a place of grounded reality. All right, and that you're still very much comfortable on your own. You're considering that Two of Pentacles, excuse me, a strength. To kind of delay, to wait for the right one. Make sure you understand what the right one looks like. Show me that Two of Pentacles, please. Show me that Two of Pentacles, please. Show me that Two of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Excuse me, Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, see? There is some strain in your heart space. It's hard for you. It's hard for you to keep your heart open to the idea of a new offer. You want your heart space to be soft and relaxed in its natural state of grace as the Queen of Cups. You do. You're still telling me I'm looking around and what I'm seeing is not pleasing me. It's not generating that kind of inspiration in me in terms of love. It's just not. But here's the thing, you want to be. You have to kind of remember to keep your heart open towards new offers. That's what you're doing. And that's what I see you doing. You're saying it's hard, Christine. It's hard. It's hard keeping my heart open to new offers. You know, it puts, or it leaves me open to new possibilities of disappointment. And again, honey, you've got to get out of that "it could hurt me" mentality. Too many people get caught in that "it could hurt me" mentality. So they reject it, they shy away from it, they push it after they told the universe that they wanted it. If you develop the right skills early on to detect the bullshit, the nonsense, the low-level nah, blah, blah, I'm not ready, I'm not open, or I can't give you as much as you give me, you cut it the fuck off before it has a chance to grow. Then that fear dissipates. It goes away. I need you to trust your opening energy. You are worth a great deal. You have a great deal of value. Yes, that does raise the stakes. That's all the more reason you have to learn this cut it off skill before it has a chance to take root in your heart specifically. You're saying your heart is the most imperative thing towards you right now? Prove it. Learn this skill. Learn this fucking skill. Put boundaries on your heart. You say you prize your heart space above all things? I believe you. Prove it. Not by shying away from new opportunities. Not by saying you're scared, you're scared, you're scared. Don't tell me that. Come up with a solution. You know what the solution is? What you've been thinking about this whole fucking time. When I start to engage with somebody, when I start connecting with somebody, when I start talking to them, when I start seeing them, is the frequency correct between us? After a couple of weeks, couple months, is it going somewhere? Do they still feel the same way? Do they have feelings at all for that matter? How are we demonstrating equality between us? Oh, it's not? Okay, I'm going to fuck off now. You say you want to be open to new opportunities, prove it. You say you want to get back into a good heart space, I mean where you are actually demonstrating it. You say you want love to come first, prove it. Prove it to yourself first. Put boundaries in place. Because I'm telling you, it's a matter of time. You can go ahead and play the delay game, but eventually you're going to, because you are playing the delay game. I get why, but you haven't put all the lessons together. And when you do put the lessons together, how you operate from this point forward is going to make a lot more sense to you. But I'm telling you, you need to get your energetic shit together. Because you've got so much to offer, and eventually you're going to pull someone in. You're going to need these skills, honey. This person is a perfect example. They have a lot, but they don't show it. And you knew that at some point, and you knew it sooner rather than later. Before you cycled it. Apply the lesson faster. You will get better at it. Okay? You're telling me you want to be open to offers? Prove it. Right now, the delay game's going to hold out for so long before you're going to cross somebody who's going to trust or provoke. Can I trust this situation? Can I open myself up towards this? They seem to be genuinely interested. Can I trust that? Somebody's going to come along and test that. You want new? Prove it. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself, honey. You have a great reflection here, a lesson learned. You have a lesson learned here, and I am sorry that the better part of themselves was not accessible to you, but that wasn't your job. You say you cycled it out. There you go. Move on. Start testing out your new lessons, or the universe will put you in the position where you are. I need you to keep that in mind. 9 of Pentacles, again, 8 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Okay, very good. You are aware that you are not emotionally attaching to anyone, that you keep defaulting to your sense of independence and sense of self. Okay, fine. Good. That's fine. We'll take that. I trust myself. I know what I'm doing. You are starting to open up the lines of communication towards somebody, but it's tentative. You're thinking about it. I don't know who this is, but it's looking like you are trying to communicate outside of yourself. I do believe you're trying to open up more, but it's still operating from that place of 9 of Pentacles. You've shown me that 3 times with the Empress twice. I need you to trust yourself. That you're telling me you have experience, that you are competent and that you are independent. It's just when it comes to the emotional security thing, you got fucked around, you got dicked around. Otherwise, you know what the hell you're doing. So don't be subject to to another person, situation, place, or circumstance that has a lot of potential, but they can't back it up with proof. That's it. And you won't be victim to anything again. You are the master of this story. You are the author to this story. Not anyone else's bullshit intentions or wishy-washy intentions. You. You get to decide who is in your life. You get to decide what is acceptable. Who is acceptable and why. And if they're not, why? Don't sit there and with this and wring your hands at me. With that kind of fucking energy, you better not be doing this. No. With that energy, You're telling me you're large and in charge in the real life. I believe you. It's when it comes to your heart space that you are the scared the most. Emotional detachment. Somebody else's emotional detachment. Not speaking towards their feelings anyway. I understand it's all reasonable. I just need you to understand you actually have more power in this than you are allowing yourself to know. And I said, once you get those pieces, you put them together, it's going to make sense. It will make sense. You get to choose who stays in your life or not, or welcome them back into your life or not. It's all there. It's all relevant. Okay. Show me that Hanged Man, please. This person already showed me the Hanged Man. You might be as well. Let's take a look. Queen of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. A Wheel of Fortune. What's this? Over time, I absolutely see you exercising your passion, your fire. You're letting it out to play, in other words. I just want to know who you're playing with. Over time, yeah, your manifestation is pulling through at some point. Where it seems like there is non-activity. I saw you kind of slowly opening up toward the lines of communication outside of you. You're talking to somebody. I don't know who you're talking to, but you are. And now your passion's out in the future. So good. Congratulations. And it's coming from, again, a practical point of view. Eight of Pentacles, this is workable. It's more actual sexual and actual 3D energy than this person presented by miles. Your fire's out, and you're very, very interested in this. And this happens over time. Right now, it's non-activity. That's going to change. I just want to know who the hell you're talking to, because you're talking to somebody. And you're doing well. To be honest, you're doing more than talking. Your fire's out to play. Or it seems like nothing was going on. It's going to slowly start to pick up. You say you're trying to remain open to new? Good, prove it. Who are we talking to? That's what I want to know. King of Cups, again, it could be a fellow Scorpio. I don't know. But they're an equal. Thank fuck. Someone who is provoking your fire in a realistic way. So the sexual energy is here, as well as the workable 3D. Things are changing. Wheel of Fortune. And someone who is looking like is more at your level. There you are. There they are. It's an equal. Oh. Good. Very good. We got to do a time check on that. It's slowly coming in. But they are someone who recognizes within themselves a sense of this is what pleases me, and I'm moving forward in that direction. That means you. Eventually you will come out of that state of Seven of Pentacles where it seems like nothing's going on to, oh, look, stuff's happening. Very good. Very good. It's looking like you will be meeting your equal. I like how they put that on there in the 11th hour. I got a sneaking suspicion. Not so much over here. I'm seeing your struggle to remain open to new offers. You want to. You do. And just when it seems like nothing's going on and nothing's hitting your radar, you start talking to somebody. It goes from talking to action. Don't ask me what kind of action. You know what kind of action. Okay. Let's do a time check on that. Let's see right here. That's the most solid piece by far. Show me that Eight of Wands, please. Yeah, soon. On the split, the Fool at Eight of Wands. Opening up to communication. Huh. Show me that Eight of Wands, please. When does Scorpio start communicating, please? I don't know who this is. It could be a fellow water sign. Like I said, we also have fire here. That's dominant fixed. So again, Scorpio, Leo does not have to be. Show me the Eight of Wands, please. Show me the Eight of Wands, please. Within 2 months. For some of you, the 30th might be important. The 13th might be important. 23rd. February 23rd for some of you. God, that was really specific, wasn't it? For some of you, February 23rd might be very important. Or March. February or March 23rd. That was such a strong date. It jumped out in my mind. Big old Roman numerals. Some of you a week. The 7th, the 5th, 12th, 13th, as I said. But for some of you, in about 2 months. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it seems like nothing's happening, and you're not trying to be rushed. You're still processing stuff about your heart space being the first and most important thing. Love that comes from the best intentions, including your sexual energy. I'd like to know who the heck this is. I mean, I have an idea. It's somebody who's actually your equal, so that's lovely. It's nice to see that. I don't know, but this person finally gets you to open up your passion in a way that you want to and you actually feel comfortable with. You have the goods, but you haven't felt comfortable expressing it. You couldn't with this person. You wanted to, but you couldn't. And, or didn't, or perhaps you didn't. I don't know. Fuck, honey, I don't know. I don't know. I know they saw you correctly, but their own feelings and things towards you were so twisted up in confusion. I don't know. But this person actually gets you to open your fire towards them. You are responding quite well, quite fluidly to this person. No bullshit, no hang-ups, no nothing. They're clearly communicating with you, and it makes you feel good and confident. That's all I know. So you start opening up towards them. Or over here you said, it's hard for me, Christina, to remain open towards new offers. This person has actually got your fire to open up all your massive potential here, sexually and otherwise. Okay. I am terribly, terribly curious. Yeah. It goes from nothing to something. There it is again. Something about the 22nd, 28th, or 23rd might be very important. Again, of which month I do not know. 23rd again. 2 to 3 months, maybe. And the 27th. Huh. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Some of you have children, of course, or somebody else does. Perhaps your potential connection does. I don't know. Like I gave somebody that lecture. I don't remember who it was, but I went up their ass the other day about it. It might have been Libra. You know, if this person, and that might be why they see you so strongly as the Empress, is that you could literally be someone with a child as well. You know, and perhaps they don't want that responsibility, in which case not your problem. I'm sorry, if children stand in the way of a so-called love connection that you desire so seriously, then you're not really desiring it that seriously, are you? Let your friends help you. Yeah, don't keep this stuff stuck in your head. Ask your friends for support. Get out there, get time with the boys, get time with the girls, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of energy here that is beautiful. I want you to share it. I want you to open up. And yes, you deserve love. Of course you do. You are lovable. Duh. Unrequited love. No shit. Romantic feelings and passion. Yeah, that's a big old whopping case of unrequited. Mostly with themselves. I mean, they can't give love to you if they don't even know they have it for you. So yeah, that's unrequited. So here we have romantic feelings as well as passion. There's that water as well as the fire. Okay, and that is coming in. I think that's about it, Scorpio, honey. I know I got on my soapbox today, but sometimes we need it. So, I mean, you know, we can be so damn resistant to change. But unlike earth, air, or fire, for us, it's emotional resistance. So if I can save you a trip down bullshit avenue, I will. Okay. Now it's looking like many of you already took a couple of trips down bullshit avenue, where you got attached to somebody, you gave them time, energy, attention, when you know you shouldn't have. The energy was too low, too underdeveloped. There's no emotional or sexual expression from this person. There was something, and that's the problem. It was largely undefinable. So it was unrequited within themselves first, never mind with you. So yeah, don't do it again. Don't fall for potential, honey, fall for proof. If this person had more in them to give you, it was on them to prove it, show it, not for you to pull it out of them. Somebody either wants to give that part of themselves willingly, or they don't. That's it. So connect with somebody who would give that energy to you freely, because they want to, and frankly, they fucking know how. There, I said it. Calling in your soulmate and keep an open mind. Yeah, so keep an open mind. Ways you're calling in your soulmate, keep an open mind. They might differ from you. Race, ethnicity, language, country, looks. They might be very different than what you're used to, which is good. If you have a type, I want you to scrap your type. Whenever somebody says they're not my type, they've already lost. They've already lost 100%. 100%. Anyone who says they're not my type, you've already lost. Your type is the problem. That's why you end up in these scenarios. Stop falling for your fucking type. How far has that panned out for you? I mean, how's that gone? Get out of your type zone. Think outside the box, honey. It's your type that's trapping you. Keep an open mind for some of you. You got to make the effort, push past yourself. And I know you can. You have the energy. You've done your hard work. You have a lot to offer, and I need you to see that, not be afraid of it. If you are afraid of what your own value is, you're always going to set yourself up for these low-level connections. Embrace your value. Embrace your worth. Don't accept anything less than what you can give. Don't be afraid of what you have to offer. Fucking embrace it. Take pride in that shit. That's gorgeous. Don't ever apologize for what it is that you bring to the table. Why the hell would you apologize about your own table when you're sitting at the head of it? Be proud of what you have to offer. There's a lot on that fucking table. They didn't get that, know it, whatever. Not your problem. Couldn't open it, couldn't open themselves towards it, but somebody does. In the future. Okay. Make the effort calling in your soulmate. Okay, done all that. All right. Let's pull some charms, shall we? Hey, still not as long as Virgo's video. Poor Virgo. Poor Virgo. Oh, I got a soft spot for Virgo. I do. I want to focus on that person. Could be a Capricorn. One of these energies might be Capricorn. Okay? Future-oriented, past-oriented, I do not know. There is heavy earth here in the general sense. Yes, indeed. We have Pisces. Again, exiting, entry, I don't know. The rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Somebody's always busy. Somebody's on the go. They wouldn't take the time. They wouldn't make the time. They wouldn't change their behavior patterns. I'm guessing who that is. The seashell, Cancer energy. U, the letter U. The tree of life, yes, indeed, that's part of that Empress energy. The tree of life, the tree that gives all, provides shade, protection, fruit. In other words, that's what the Empress does. Okay, highly productive, gives all. That's what you're looking for. Also, that Ten of Pentacles energy, stability, a lot to offer, worth, value. The Great White Shark, you, Scorpio, and of course, again, I did see potential connectivity with Scorpio as future. The Infinity Loop, our soulmate, our soul bond, one that doesn't go on a useless circle like this, but is like this. It comes back around to you in a healthy exchange. This isn't an exchange. This is one person going round and around the problem. This, the Infinity Loop, that is a healthy exchange because it's a proper feedback loop. It's equal. Okay. Okay. Okay, the grapes. Somebody is, again, highly fruitful, productive. That's you. Or you just enjoy your wine. There's nothing wrong with that. Grapes. Aquarian energy, the big star. When you wish upon the star. For some of you, Aquarius, you might have some strong Aquarius in your chart. Taurus, one of your energies that is either exiting, which I did see heavily right here. Not going to lie to you. And then also possibly an entry energy. And then the energy of Virgo. Speaking of which, we got all the earth here. Check that out. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Heavy earth energy here. And for some of you, it kind of harkens back to this issue that we were talking about, the inability to change. Somebody really had this expectation that whatever this was, your dynamic was in the real world, would just go on and on and on and not change. And it was fine for them, but it wasn't. It caused them a great deal of conflict. But they wouldn't do anything about it either. So, I mean, there's, again, a very strong sense of I can't change. Or I don't know how. I don't know how to address the problem. I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to keep doing whatever. So I'm not trying to devalue Earth at all. It's just that huge emphasis of it's slow. It takes a lot for me to change. I have to feel comfortable. I have to feel secure. And this person was not secure with their feelings, never mind expressing them to you. They weren't secure with their sexual energy towards you, with themselves, never mind with you. So yeah, heavy earth energy, very good chance it's one of the exiting. Okay, but yeah, there's also a possibility for entry as well. Okay, particularly Virgo might be a possible entry energy. Okay, I think, any more initials? I just got you. Well, you are, I'm going to fill in that sentence, Pisces, Sagittarius, and then there's the snowflake. That's more that Scorpio energy. The heights of winter. There might have been some energy around here about the heights of winter, or you're still in it. Future winter time might be important. And then also, again, just the scorpionic energy. Okay, that's enough. Scorpion, you put in the comments as you see fit. We could all do with that reminder and refresher sometimes about potential versus proof. It's unfortunate this person literally blocked the best of themselves. And the best of themselves is actually highly compatible with what you have to offer. You both showed me sensuality, stability. You both showed me upper level energy. Okay. The only difference between you two is that you showed it, Ace of Wands. You also showed independence with your Ace of Wands. Very passionate, very forward. This is me. That's the biggest difference between you and them. You could boldly say, this is me. They could not. In fact, they said, this is not me. You can't have access to this. This is the best of me. You can't have access to it. So, the next person who comes in, not only do they actually activate and make good on your passion and your love, okay? They're kind of declarative. They're kind of declarative. This person has very declarative energy. It's bold, and it actually speaks very well for itself. So that's what I mean by declarative. This is non-declarative. This is declarative. Okay. And it's looking like that might be making its way in around February, March, when I see you start to open up the lines of communication, but without hope of emotional attachment. That's your biggest clue by far. You have no hope of emotional attachment, but you are starting to talk to somebody. And then things kind of move out of that stagnant hangman energy fairly quickly. Okay. All right. For reals. All right, you guys. Put in the comments as you see fit. The next round of readings will be the general overview. You guys, take care. Be well.